Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to look towards the royal lopez openings which begins with e4, e5 and knight f3. Our opponent play knight c6 and we take out the bishop to b5. The idea is that we eliminate the knight which is defending the pawn. So generally we aim to attack this knight and capture this pawn in the next move. So this is the main tactic which we apply in this opening. Now there are some consequences which happens in which this plan does not happens. So this plan gets to be failed. Well, so what happens is that your opponent play a6, and if you try to eliminate the knight like you are trying to defend this, so if you take it and you take this pawn, now this will be a bad plan because your opponent can easily play queen d4 and attack your pieces. So you will take your knight back and you will lose your pawn. So on, you'll observe that black will generally develop his pieces with this. So the best way over here, what you must do is play bishop a4 and continue. Now with bishop a4, you observe that you still attack this knight. Okay, so this is the correct way to play the royal lopez opening if your opponent play a6. Well, so over here we consider the most important move, knight f6, and the most popular response is a6. Knight f6 is the Berlin defense. Okay, there are some players as black, they prefer to develop the knight, take out the bishop to c5 and castle. So there are some players who think that this is a solid defense against Royal Lopez. Like they are thinking to attack our pawn. Okay. Now at such cases, if you are playing any classical game, then you can try knight c3 and just focus on your pawn. You can simply defend it and develop your pieces. Otherwise, the best move is castling. Now the idea for castling is you allow your opponent to capture the pawn. If he eliminate this pawn, then you play rook e1 and you attack this file. So on, you are attacking the knight and the pawn both at the same time with the help of this rook. Now the most important response that you'll observe is knight d6. This is the one of the possible outcomes that your opponent will try. The idea is to attack your bishop. Now there will be a lot of players as white. They'll say that let's eliminate it quickly. After the take, we'll simply eliminate this pawn. So this will not work. Because if you will take his knight, then generally what will happen is he may take it back from any of these pawns. And generally capturing from the d pawn is better because bishop will be opened. So you can observe his pieces will become fully developed. Now after that, if you try rook take e5 or knight take e5, nothing will matter because like you play rook take or you play knight take, any of them. Suppose rook take. He'll play bishop e7, he'll simply develop. Now you observe, he will castle and just continue his game. If you observe your pieces are less developed than black's and the position is equal because there is no any pawn advantage or whatever. Material is equal between both of players. So you can consider that this will not work. Instead, don't take this knight. That's the only thing I want to tell. So never capture this knight over here. Now if you don't capture, then what you have to do? Knight take e5. Okay, so you can play knight take e5. That's your call. So let's say if you play knight take e5. Now if you play knight take e5 and your opponent capture this bishop, then you are so lucky because you can capture the knight and eliminate the queen the next move because this is a check. So if you try queen here, you can simply capture the queen. And this is the 8th move of the game where you eliminated your opponent's queen. So let's take it back, and after knight take e5, if you consider that your opponent gonna capture this knight, then what you will do? So once again, that's a completely free knight and that's your call. If you want to capture the knight, go on, take the knight. No one is stopping you. But remember, the knight is attacking your bishop. And there is a principle. Protect your pieces and attack your opponent's pieces. So that's what you are going to do. You are going to protect your pieces by playing knight c3. Now you all may say that rook take on this will be a check and will defend it. Well, what will happen is that you will give your opponent a chance to play bishop e7 castle in the next move. Okay, he will play bishop e7, and that's for sure. He will play bishop e7, and he wants to castle as fast, right? So don't allow such options to your opponent. Instead, you play knight c3. Now there is a trap in this. If your opponent captures the bishop, then you are going to win this game, not by capturing this knight back. Okay, go on with rook take on e5 check. If your opponent tried to play some like bishop e7, you play knight d5. Don't eliminate this knight. Now knight d5 and the rook will be attacking this bishop. There is no best move which black have. Suppose black try king f8. Okay, with this he is trying to defend this. Now if you will castle, then the king will come here. So only queen will be defending. And you can play knight take e7. That's a very easy win. If we play king f8, still what you can do? That's simple. Go on with knight take e7. You are attacking your opponent's knight with this. And so on. Just open up with c3 d4. Like try to open up your pieces. Take out your bishop. Which is the most important thing. Okay. Now let's take it back. And over here, suppose your opponent does not capture, and that's what experienced players will do. So experienced players, they may try some move like bishop e7. Now if, oh sorry, not bishop e7, f6. If you play bishop e7, that's a free knight to you, right? So just go on and take that knight. Actually not a free knight, the position will become equal with that. Okay, well, so what happened is your opponent play the move f6. Then what will happen? So if your opponent play f6, now this at such cases you can observe this king diagonal which is going to be exploited, and at the same time this is a pin. So you can just go on with the move d4 and attack this knight. Now why am I not suggesting f4? Like why am I saying d4? Why not f4? So the reason is quite simple. If you will play f4, then what will happen is, first of all, it is diagonal. Okay, first of all, you are exploiting your own king side. Second thing, your opponent can capture the knight, I mean bishop. If you will capture it back, then he will continue with his simple dimple response c6. He may try to attack, he will go with d5. What will he do is, he will take your pieces backside and he will develop all his pieces. Okay, you will capture this, but then you will observe that the position is still equal. Two minor pieces, two minor pieces. Now if you observe central control, black is having more, and so on. If you will take this pawn, once again pieces development for you will be bad. So that's why I will also suggest you must capture this knight. So you can go on with d4 and quickly eliminate it. Now your opponent will try to eliminate this bishop. So let me tell you, don't take this knight. Instead, quickly capture the knight. This one. If your opponent take it, that's a good luck. Go on with rook take e5 and quickly eliminate the knight. If your opponent does not take, and that's what will happen, knight takes c3. Now he may try to attack your queen. Then you may simply capture the weak pawn and give a check. Your opponent has to play the king. You will eliminate this pawn, sacrificing the queen. If your opponent is greedy and capture the queen, you promote to a new queen. Now where can this knight go? Nowhere. You can eliminate this knight in the next move, and obviously look at your position, look at the king, so on. You can easily win this game.